Good morning, students. Let us start the class today. Science first. Today we are going to revise lesson 9, solutions. Lesson 9, solutions we are going to revise today. I hope you all revised and studied well the earlier lessons. Okay. So all the problems, then all the remaining conceptual questions, additional questions, everything how to learn in all the lessons. Okay. So whatever we studied in book, that you study in, that questions you study in book, whatever studied in guide, that answers you study in guide. Okay. Learn well. Whatever studied, again and again, repeated manner you have to thorough it. Then it won't go from your mind. Okay. Today let us start the revision. Textbook evaluation we are going to start today. Okay. So today Roman number 1, choose the correct answer. Choose the correct answer we have to learn. Okay. So what is the first question? Roman number 1, choose the correct answer. In this, choose the correct answer. We have to learn the first question. First question, a solution is a dash mixture. A solution is a dash mixture. The answers given for options: homogeneous, heterogeneous, then homogeneous and heterogeneous, non-homogeneous. Okay. So the answer is homogeneous. The answer is homogeneous. Next, the number of components in a binary solution is, we know binary means 2. So, the number of components in a binary solution is 2. 2 is the correct answer. Here 4 options given, but the correct answer is 2. Okay. Then, third question, which of the following is a universal solvent? Water. Okay, the answer is water. Here, acetone, benzene, alcohol and all given, that and all not the universal solvent. Water only the universal solvent. Okay. Next, a solution in which no more solute can be dissolved in a definite amount of solvent at a given temperature is called saturated solution. A solution in which no more solute can be dissolved in a definite amount of solvent at a given temperature. We cannot dissolve more solute. Okay, so that is what? Saturated solution. Such solution is called saturated solution. No more solute can be dissolved. Okay, particular amount only we can dissolve. Above that we cannot dissolve. Okay, that is saturated solution. Next, fifth one, identify the non-aqueous solution. Here 4 types of solutions given: sodium chloride in water, then glucose in water, copper sulfate in water, sulfur in carbon disulfide. Okay, the correct option is sulfur in carbon disulfide. That is non-aqueous solution. Aqueous solutions contains water as the solvent, but non-aqueous solution contains what other than any other liquid other than water. Any liquid other than water acts as the solvent. Here that sulfur in carbon disulfide is the correct answer. Okay. Sixth question. When pressure is increased at constant temperature, the solubility of gases in a liquid dash. Answer is increases. Increases is the answer. Say along with me. When pressure is increased at constant temperature, the solubility of gases in liquid increases. Next question. Some question. Solubility of NaCl in 100 ml of water is 36 gram. If 25 gram of salt is dissolved in 100 ml of water, how much more salt is required for saturation? How much more salt required? 36 minus 25, that is 11. Okay, 11 gram. Next, 8th question. A 25% alcohol solution means. Answer, 20, C is the correct option. 25 ml alcohol in 75 ml of water. Okay, that is 25%. Okay, 25 part alcohol, remaining 75 ml water. Okay, 25 ml alcohol and 75 ml water. Next, ninth question. Deliquescence is equal to due to. Deliquescence is due to. The correct answer is strong affinity to water. What's the correct answer? Strong affinity to water. Okay. 10th question. Which of the following is hygroscopic in nature? Silica gel. The hygroscopic in nature, the substance is silica gel. C is the correct answer. Okay. Now we are learning in the textbook evaluation, page number 134. Okay. So children, you learned well. I think this choose the correct answer. You learned. So this filling the blanks now we are going to learn. The components, first question, the component present in lesser amount in solution is called solute. So the component present in lesser amount in solution is called solute. Solute is the correct answer. Second one, example for liquid in solid type solution is sodium chloride dissolved in water. Okay, sodium chloride is sugar dissolved in water also we can write. Okay, that is also liquid in solid type solution. Okay, liquid in solid in liquid. Okay, so example for that. So solubility is the amount of solute dissolved in 100 gram of solvent. Dash gram of solvent, 100 gram of solvent. Next, fourth question. Polar compounds are soluble in polar solvent. Polar compounds are soluble in polar solvent. Okay. So fifth question, you see volume percentage decreases with increase in temperature because of expansion of liquid. Okay, expansion of liquid is the correct answer. Okay, all of you understood, children. Now, students, you see, second question, example for liquid in solid type solution. Liquid in solid type solution. Okay, next, that liquid in solid means that is solute, liquid, solvent, solid. That is mercury in with sodium, amalgam. Okay, if solid in liquid means I told already that is small confusion. So solid in liquid means sodium chloride in water or sugar in water. So liquid in solid type means that that is mercury liquid. Okay, with sodium. Okay, sodium is solid. Okay, so carefully, like these questions you have to know, you have to write carefully. Okay, so solute and solvent you have to find out carefully. Like that, match the following, then true or false, this and that you have to know well. Okay, so then we have to learn short answer questions. Okay, there are 9 short answer questions are there. Okay, so first question we can learn. Define the term solution. So the answer is in page number 125. 125. The first column. Second paragraph, first line you see. What is solution? Solution is a homogeneous mixture of 2 or more substances. Say once more along with me. Solution is a homogeneous mixture of 2 or more substances. Okay. Next. Second question we can learn now. What is mean by binary solution? What is mean by binary solution? In this binary solution, the answer we can see in this page number 125 itself. Okay, what is binary solution? Okay, if you are saying simply the solution which contains 2 components, one solute and one solvent, that such solution is called binary solution. Okay, so here we have the definition, page number 125, first paragraph. You see, first line. A solution must at least be consisting of 2 components. A solute and a solvent. Such solutions which are made of one solute and one solvent. That is 2 components. One solute and one solvent. Okay, 2 components. Okay, are called binary solution. Example they have given. Adding copper sulfate crystals to water. Salt with sodium chloride to water also we can say. Okay, so a solution contains a solution which are made up of one solute and one solvent are called binary solution. Example, Now third question. Give an example each. First question, gas and liquid. The answer is in page number 126. In tabular column, inside the tabular column they have given. Okay. So what is first gas and liquid? They have given separately gas and liquid, solid and liquid, solid and solid, gas and gas. Okay. First, what is the example for? What is the example for gas and liquid? Okay, gas and liquid example. You see in the table, fifth one, gas, solute, solvent, liquid. Carbon disulfide dissolved in water, soda, water. Okay. Next, solid in liquid. Okay, while taking solid in liquid, the above one, the liquid solution, take column. First one you see, solid in liquid. That is sodium chloride dissolved in water. Sodium chloride is solid, then that is dissolved in water. Okay. Next, solid in solid. If you are taking solid in solid, that is copper dissolved in gold. Copper dissolved in gold alloys. Okay, gold always have the getting some part with the copper. Okay, so that copper dissolved in gold, that is alloy. Okay, that's only the example for solid in solid. Okay, next. Next, gas in gas. Gas in gas. Okay, for gas in gas, the gaseous solution below the second one you see, gas in gas. Mixture of helium, oxygen gases. Okay, so anyway children, this table fully you have to know thoroughly. This full table you have to know thoroughly. Then only whatever questions coming from here you can write the answer. Okay, next. Fourth question, what is aqueous and non-aqueous solution? Give an example. That is, the answer is in page number 126 only. Okay, in the page number 126, below that table, we already learned that table, below that table you see, aqueous, there are basic two types of solvent and solutions of this. On the basis of type of solvent and solutions are classified into two types. They are aqueous solution and non-aqueous solution. Okay, so aqueous solution, first you see the solution in which water acts as a solvent. Water acts as a solvent is called aqueous solution. Okay, so for example, what is aqueous solution? The solution in which water acts as the solvent is called aqueous solution. If we are getting the question for 2 marks, we have to write this much and definition. If we are getting the question for 4 marks, we have to write that table full, that paragraph fully. Okay. For 2 marks, the solution in which water acts as the solvent is called aqueous solution. Okay. In general, ionic compounds are solid in water and form aqueous solutions more readily than covalent compounds. Okay. For example, common salt in water, sugar in water, copper sulfate in water, etc. Okay. Then non-aqueous solution. Example for non-aqueous solution. The solution in which any liquid other than water. Okay. Water is a universal solvent. Okay. So any liquid other than water acts as a solvent is called non-aqueous solution. Okay. So solvent other than water is referred to as non-aqueous solvent. Okay. Generally alcohols, benzene, ethers, carbon disulfide, acetone, these are the non-aqueous solvents. Okay. For example, for this non-aqueous solution, non-aqueous solvent examples, alcohols, benzene, ether, carbon disulfide, then acetone, etc. But non-aqueous solution, the example for non-aqueous solution, sulfur dissolved in carbon disulfide, iodine dissolved in carbon tetrachloride. These are the example for non-aqueous solution. Okay. So here we need the example for non-aqueous solution only. So the aqueous solution, the solution in which water acts as a solvent is called aqueous solution. Example, common salt in water, sugar in water, then copper sulfate in water. Non-aqueous solution, the solution in which any liquid other than water acts as a solvent is called non-aqueous solution. For example, sulfur dissolved in carbon disulfide, iodine dissolved in carbon tetrachloride. Okay. Next, Fifth question. Okay, short answer, fifth question. Define volume percentage. Okay, that answer is in page number 129. 129. Second column. You see, one heading is there, volume percentage. Below that heading. So that heading and the first paragraph, first formula also we need to know. Okay, so what is volume percentage? Okay, volume percentage, volume of the solute by volume of the solvent into 100. Okay, so volume percentage. What is the definition for volume percentage? Volume percentage is defined as the percentage by volume of solute present in the given volume of solution. We are not solvent, solution. What is solution? Volume of solute plus volume of solvent. Like that we can write. We can split this into two. So volume of solute plus volume of solvent. In such a way also we can write. Okay. So what is volume percentage? Volume percentage is defined as the percentage by volume of solute in ml only we have to write. Okay. Present in the given volume of solution. Okay. That is volume percentage. Next, sixth question. The aquatic animals live more in cold region. Why? The aquatic animals live more in cold region. Why? The answer is in page number 128. Okay. So second column. Seventh, from last third paragraph you see. From last third paragraph. Okay. Aquatic animals. Like in such a way that the paragraph is starting. Okay. Aquatic animals live more in cold regions because more amount of dissolved oxygen is present in the water of cold regions. In the cold region, more amount of dissolved oxygen is there. So this shows that the solubility of oxygen in water is more at low temperature. So aquatic animals live more in cold region. Okay, more dissolved oxygen is there in cold regions. Okay, so aquatic animals live more in cold regions. Okay, so shall we say once more? Aquatic animals live more in cold regions because more amount of dissolved oxygen is present in the water of cold regions. This shows that the solubility of oxygen in water is more at low temperature. Okay, because of this region. What is the main thing we have to write? More amount of dissolved oxygen is present in the cold regions. So aquatic animals live more in cold regions. Like this much? Yeah. Next. So classify the following substances into deliquescent hygroscopic. Okay, concentrating sulfuric acid, copper sulfate, pentahydrate, then silica gel, gypsum salt. This much hygroscopic. Okay, calcium chloride only deliquescent. Okay, next. Long answer questions, children. First question, write notes on saturated solution, unsaturated solution. We know page number 126, 127. The answers are there. 26, 27. The 26 bottom you see, second column. So a solution in which no more solute can be dissolved in a definite amount of solvent as a given temperature. This is called what? Saturated solution. So the example for saturated solution, 100 gram of 36 gram of sodium chloride in 100 gram of water. Okay. Next, unsaturated solution. Unsaturated solution is one that contains less solute than that of the saturated solution. The value of solute is less amount. Okay. For example, in saturated solution, 36 gram of sodium chloride in 100 gram of water, but in unsaturated solution 10 gram or 20 gram or lesser than 36. Okay, that much gram, 30 gram of sodium chloride in 100 gram of water. Water amount, the amount of water is 100 gram only, but solute, the amount of solute is lesser, okay, than 36. Then at 25 degree Celsius forms unsaturated solution, okay. Next is second question, write notes on various factors affecting solubility. Okay, this we are all learned already. Page number 128. The answer is in page number 128. Factors affecting solubility. Here the table is there. The table also you want to know. That is solubility table. Below that, the factors affecting solubility they have given. Okay. So third question you see, children. What happens when MgSO of 7H2O is heated? Write the appropriate equation. So that answer page number 130, 131. Page number 130 bottom you see second column bottom and next page top. On the 3 lines are there. Okay. That equation you have to write and see several times. Okay. 2 or 3 times you take your note and write and see. Okay. Next. B you see define solubility. Define solubility. The answer of this define solubility is in the page number 128. First column top you see. Solubility is defined as the number of grams of solute that can be dissolved in 100 gram of solvent to form its saturated solution at a given temperature and pressure. Okay. Say along with me all of you. Solubility is defined as the number of grams of solute that can be dissolved in 100 gram of a solvent to form its saturated solution at a given temperature and pressure. Okay, solubility formula, mass of the solute by mass of the solvent into 100. Okay, that is the answer for define solubility. Okay, next fourth question you see, in what way hygroscopic substances differ from deliquescent substances? That answer is in page number 131, bottom the table they have given. Okay, so that table also we know thoroughly, but you have to know well. Okay, again and again you have to write and see, you have to learn well. Like this, distinguish between questions. Okay, so hygroscopic substances when exposed to atmosphere at ordinary temperature, they absorb moisture and do not dissolve. They absorb moisture but they do not dissolve. But deliquescent substances you see, if exposed to atmospheric air at ordinary temperature, they absorb moisture and dissolve. Okay, first hygroscopic substances absorbing moisture and do not dissolve, but deliquescent substances absorbing moisture and dissolve. Okay, next, then remaining 2 more points are there, you have to learn well. Okay, next, fifth question and sixth questions are problems. The problems you have to know well. So here problem based on mass percentage given here. Then as like that, problems based on first problems based on solubility and percentage by mass and volume. First you have to know the formulas well. Then according to the formula you have to cover the problems. Okay. So first, then second problems based on mass percentage. Like then third problems based on volume and volume percentage. Okay. So that is solved problems also there, unsolved problems also there. Unsolved problems we are learning in guide. Okay. So that you have to know well. Understood now? So you have to learn well. You have to practice well. Now hard questions also there. 3 hard questions are there. That questions also you have to know well. Okay. Like that. Some additional questions. Okay. Page number 120. 125 you see. There are different questions of all the lines you have to learn one time. Then only all the one words you can attend the answer, write the answer correctly. Okay. So here we learned solutions in this lesson already. Then another 2 questions are there you see. Solute. What is solute? The component which is present in lesser amount by weight is called solute. What is solvent? The component present in larger amount by weight is called solvent. Okay. So like that, now another question is there. What is dissolution? What is dissolution? The solvent acts as the dissolving medium in the solution. The process of uniform distribution of a solute into solvent. The process of uniform distribution. If you are dissolving a solute in a solvent, the solute dissolved uniformly inside the solvent. Okay. So that is called dissolution. Then binary solutions we have learned. Then ternary solution. So what is ternary solution? In The ternary solution contains two solute and one solvent. Two solutes are dissolved in one solvent. So three components are there. So such kind of solutions are called ternary solutions. Okay, binary B-I-N-A-R-Y, ternary T-E-R-N-A-R-Y. Okay. Now students, you take the next page, page number 126. There we have learned, I told to learn the types of binary solutions. So table given that you have to know well. Okay, that is important for one words like that based on the type of solvent. Based on the type of solvent, there are two types of solution, aqueous solution, non-aqueous solution that we learned. Based on the amount of solute, there are three kinds of solutions. Okay, saturated solutions, unsaturated solution. Another one more solution is there, that is supersaturated solution. Okay, like that, concentrated, next you see concentrated solution, dilute solution is there. Okay, that also you have to know. Solubility we have learned. Then table given you see children, name of the solute and formula of the solute, the solutes, the chemical formula, then solubility. That percentage you have to know, that is very important for one mass as well as in problems also we are using this. Okay, then factors affecting solubility also you need. Okay, so first solubility of gases in liquid. The page number 128 second column. Aquatic animals on question we have learned why aquatic animals are living more in cold regions. Above paragraph you see. Do you know why it is bubbling when water is boiling? When water is boiling, why the bubbles are coming out? That is the meaning of that question. The answer is below. That answer also you have to know. Okay, like that. Page number 129 will come. Henry's law, more to know below, first column. You see that Henry's law we already learned thoroughly. Don't forget to learn well. Okay, the solubility of a gas in a liquid is directly proportional to the pressure of the gas over the solution as a definite temperature. That is Henry's law. Okay, the effect of pressure on the solubility of gas in liquid is given by Henry's law. So dash on the solubility of a gas in liquid is given by Henry's law. The effect of pressure. The effect of pressure on the dash of a gas in liquid is given by Henry's law. Solubility. Otherwise, like this one more question we can expect. The effect of pressure on the solubility of a gas in liquid is given by dash. Henry's law. Okay, so the Henry's law, that first two lines, then definition. The last three lines coming that you must know thoroughly, already studied. Then concentration. What is concentration? That below you see the block letters. Concentration of solution may be defined as the amount of solute present in the given amount of solution or solvent. Okay, study well. Then next mass percentage. We learned volume percentage. In the same way you have to learn the definition for volume percentage. Okay, so in same way. See children, page number 130. In 130 first paragraph you see hydration. Okay, what are hydrated salts? Then what is hydration? Okay, that also important question. So what is hydration? The first 5 lines I think. Then remaining in that paragraph you can learn what are hydrated salts. Okay, next one table given you see common name, IUPAC's name, molecular formula. Okay, that also you have to know. Okay, hygroscopy, like that. What are the examples for hygroscopy? What are the examples for deliquescence? Okay, then definition also. We have learned in table, but we have to know as definition also. Okay, so definition first you want to learn. Then and with examples you have to know. Then deliquescence also. First definition you learn, then that examples. Okay. So when that deliquescence is maximum, that they have given here in that below deliquescence when the temperature is low, when the atmosphere is humid, in these conditions the deliquescence is maximum. Children, we have learned, I told everything, whatever you want to learn, so segregate the time, well planned manner you have to do. Okay, all the questions you have to learn, then one words, each and every line you have to read once. If you after finishing this after finish this lesson you have to read all the lines, okay, for examples, and all the remaining words you have to learn well. Okay children, you understood I think, all of you learned well already. What you learned that you also you revise well. Today's portion also you revise well. Okay, thank you.